Somewhere between Los Angeles and San Diego, California, away from the chaos of the city, a long dirt road leads to a cobblestone reef that produces some of the best, most rippable waves in the world. Since first being surfed in the 1930s, Trestles has become a beacon for progression and sits at the center of high-performance, modern-day surfing. Far from a wave of consequence, Trestles' crumbling A-frames allow for long, shreddable rides, making it widely regarded as one of the funnest waves in California. Because of its playful, forgiving lines, Trestles has often been described as a skate park. Also, it's hard to overstate how good the local crowd is. On any given day, some of the best surfers in the world will be surfing Lower Trestles. And although it's certainly not a secret, these secluded, gentle gems create the perfect playground for Groms to perfect their craft. It's also no mystery why Trestles has helped San Clemente consistently pump out some of the most elite surfers in the world. But don't take my word for it, listen to the GOAT.
Trestles was the first point break I ever surfed when I was a kid. I went there, I couldn't believe it was peeling off like a perfect wave. I grew up surfing such crap waves, but I don't know, I've always felt like this connection, like an affinity with lowers especially. I surfed there so much when I was a kid, and then I've had such good luck there competitively, but there's just something about the wave that it just feels right, it just feels good, and I don't know, it feels like home.
Trestles consists of 5 main breaks. Moving from west to east, we have Cottons, Uppers, Lowers, Middles, and Church. Lowers being the crown jewel and the best wave of the group. The consistent shape is due to the cobblestone reef that sits beneath Trestles. The cobblestones are a byproduct of the San Mateo Creek and watershed, which sits just behind the beach. These small round stones start their lives as much larger ragged rocks, slowly bumping and skidding their way down San Mateo Creek until they eventually hit the watershed. Here, they wait for the creek and the ocean to merge after a large rain, when they can finally then make their way to the ocean floor. This cycle of replenishing the cobblestone has kept Trestles consistent year after year since surfers found it in the first half of the 20th century. The history of Trestles could not be written without a reference to the railway that touches the sand. In the past, wooden trestles held up the railroad track. Today, only concrete does that job. In 1933, Lauren Whitney Harrison and a few friends discovered San Onofre Beach and its surfing potential. 15 years after that, the Duke visited the place. The establishment of the Marine Corps Base Camp Pendleton in 1942 cut off access to the San Onofre State Beach, but surfers continued to chase the waves at Trestles. Trestles' popularity continued to grow after the completion of the 5 freeway connecting Los Angeles to San Diego, and ultimately creating the sleepy surf town pit stop of San Clemente. In 1968, the San Onofre nuclear power plant was built, bringing even more attention to the southern tip of Orange County. Around the same time, in the 1960s, the construction of the Dana Point Harbor sadly destroyed the famous Killer Dana Point break, which is just up the road from Trestles. The elimination of Killer Dana forced even more surfers to trespass into the military zone Trestles surf break. However, in 1971, thanks to President Richard Nixon, the creation of the San Onofre State Park would grant people the right to enjoy the 2.5-mile-long sandy beach of San Onofre. What followed after was decades of progressive surfing, surf contests, and Trestles is now home to the World Championship Tour Surfing Finals, and the place where the world champions are crowned. What makes Trestles such a unique experience, aside from the world-class waves and surfers, is it's some of the last undeveloped beachfront in Southern California. It's a special place, and if you haven't had the opportunity to walk the long trail, you certainly should.